Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Kelly Ferguson, and if you're new here, this is the Creative Archive, and this is where I document various aspects of my creative life. A couple of things that I cover here. One is my photography business that I do mostly part-time right now. And I also cover photo journaling, photo archiving, any kind of like journaling, art journaling, things like that. I also have a playlist called 145 Consecutive Days where I experimented making videos for 145 days straight. And that was an experiment in doing a creative 15 minutes of creativity and movement a day. So half hour of movement and creativity. And I started with that seed and let it run for 145 days. Initially, I wanted to do 365, but I felt complete at 145. So there's that channel or that playlist. I'm also checking in periodically on my YouTube journey, and that's what this video is going to be about today. And the other playlist I have is around my creative ecosystem, systems I use in either my business or my daily life that I have found useful and productive. Most of my videos on that playlist are around the Passion Planner. And then last, I have some videos on this home edit series that I've been doing, where each month I focus on a different area of the home to organize, simplify, and I'm working my way through that as well. So let's dive into some updates because it's been a while since I've done one. Starting in April, part of my home edit focus was looking at my tech stack and seeing what I wanted to pare down, look at my subscriptions, the apps I'm using, courses I've bought, things like that, and begin to look at my tech stack and what's working, what's not, type of thing. Now, I knew I wasn't going to get through all of that in April. I will do a review on that, on how the home edit went on that playlist, so I won't get into that specifically, but one of the subscriptions I was looking at was this YouTube education program that I was in. I thought was very good. There was no really issues with the content or anything there. I just didn't think I needed to invest any further in the education because I realized I wasn't fully committed to her particular method. And again, it wasn't because I didn't like it. I just realized I wasn't committed to building the channel so much. A few other like work opportunities came into my lap, and then I also started to get a couple more photography clients. And between those two things, I really didn't have a whole lot of time to dedicate to my YouTube channel. The other thing that was encouraged in this program, which I totally get, and I imagine that it works because I've seen it work for people in the program, is to have a very specific channel topic and niche and not jump around to a lot of different things, which I have on my channel. I have a lot of different themes. To me, they all integrate and like play off of each other, but I realize that that doesn't always work with the algorithm or whatever. And so I understand that. Of course, I would love to attract new subscribers that are interested in what I am sharing here, but I'm not singularly focused on needing to grow my channel. At one point, I was really focused on that and wanted to dedicate that time and do all the strategies and everything, and it's just not as important to me right now. That doesn't mean I don't care about this channel. That's not what I'm trying to communicate. It's just I did not want to just solely focus on one topic. It goes against my nature. I realize that that approach may not be conducive to growing a channel more quickly, and I'm fine with that being like the cost, if you will, of having a channel with several different topics to it. It's fine. I'm okay with that. And I'd rather just upload and do things that I want to do on this channel than focus on one particular topic or niche. That's just how I feel, and I'm done fighting that. I feel like I've finally just come to accept this about myself. I'm not trying to fight it. I'm not trying to, work around this natural way of how I like to be on YouTube, and that is to share on multiple topics that I care about sharing. And so, I've just come to accept that, and I'm okay if that means a channel growing slower or it being more difficult for people to find me. I keep track of my analytics in a book, and every month I check in with my channel just to see how it's doing. Not really from this obsessive place, but just from a data collection. I think YouTube sends an email with, your end of the month stats. However, I like to go in and specifically look at certain things with my channel. And then I also do like a written reflection on how it was that month for me in terms of uploading or whatever update I want to write about at the time. I put it in here. So I'll share with you, for each month, I have like a little analytics box, and I'll do an overview of that and what that looks like. So you can see, I usually do current subscribers gained that month, my views, watch time, impressions, click-through rate, percentage, and then how many videos I published that month. And then I also jot down my top 5 videos of that month. And just because that's kind of an interesting thing to see what continues to rank as my top 5 every month. And for me lately, it has been the Passion Planner videos. And I really do love making the Passion Planner videos. I tend to do them, at the end of the month. And sometimes I do 2 a month, like one at the beginning and one at the end on the Passion Planner, kind of what I'm focusing on that month in my home edit series, how I'm using my planner, if it's changed at all. And then I do like a wrap up video at the end of the month on how things went. And I find those fun to make. And I enjoy looking back and reflecting each month with my calendar. And I like that they're ranking month after month. That doesn't mean I want to do a whole channel on passion planners, but I will continue to make them because I enjoy it. And that's cool with me. The other thing I've started to make videos on is in the realm of my photography business. I did make a couple of DIY backdrops. I did one with polyboards and another one with painted canvases using painter's drop cloths. And so I made videos on how I made those backdrops. The polyboard video ranked in one of my top 5 from last month. And again, I'm not publishing videos to hope that they rank highly. What I choose to make a video about is because there's an interest and a desire to make a video on it. And so as long as I stick to that motivation and is coming from this genuine, authentic place, that's what I go off of. I don't go off of like videos I think I should make or what I think is going to perform well on my channel. I guess it's sort of a guiding philosophy I have and that I want to stick to when it comes to this channel. So there has been a new work opportunity that has presented itself, and that is working as a personal assistant to a sourdough maker / home baker. She primarily makes sourdough, but she also makes baked goods like cookies and scones, cinnamon rolls, brownies, cornbread, things like that. And there was a post for this position in a group that I'm in on Facebook, and a friend kind of notified me of this posting and said, she's like, I think you might be a really good fit for this. So I looked into it, and sure enough, like all the different things that it listed, I was like, oh yeah, I have experience in that and would think I'd be good at that. So I did apply. I ended up getting the job, and I've been doing this job for the last 6 months. No, sorry, not 6 months. I've been doing this job for the last 6 weeks, almost 2 months, I would say. It's kind of been going by fast, because initially I was only there 2 days a week for like 4 hours at a time. And then it's rapidly increased to 3 days a week, and potentially could go up to more. She has 3 different places where her goods are being sold. And sometimes I fill in to like manage her booth at one of those 3 places. I'm having a lot of fun with the job, and we have really good work chemistry. We have a lot of fun together, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. And of course, I'm also maintaining my photography business. And that was sort of on hold for me for a while, or at least I wasn't actively looking for clients. And that's because I wasn't feeling very confident about how I was onboarding people. I was working with a different CRM, a client management system, like 17 Hats, and that really wasn't a good fit for me. And I have since looked at Honeybook, which I think is more of a fit for how my brain works. And I don't know, it just intuitively feels like a better system. And I found a mentor that I'm working with who is helping me set up my CRM and my workflows. And I think once I get my onboarding system with people more streamlined, buttoned up, tightened up, then I will feel like it's a more professional experience. And then I'll just feel more confident in terms of bringing people on board. And so I'm working on that right now. Something that occurred to me during the home edit back in April, where I was looking through all my tech stack and the apps I was using, and especially when it came to my business, I think that's what really prompted the shift to seek out this particular mentor that I discovered probably like a month and a half ago. Her name's Lydia Fine. She is a full-time marketer, and she has a part-time photography business. And so I listened to her on a couple of podcasts. I enjoyed what she had to say. I thought it was very smart, very streamlined, very like focusing on the things that I think actually move the needle in a person's business, rather than things that can just be time sucks that don't actually bring in revenue or like new clients. And part of that being putting attention more on like the website and blogs and SEO, business, Google business profiles, and putting attention on those things in her business has seen, an upward trajectory, not only in her revenue, but also traffic she gets to her website as well. So I'm putting less attention on things like Instagram and things like that to promote my work. And I am more zeroing in on my website, my CRM, how I'm onboarding people, and also my Google profile. In numerology, I'm in year 4, which has to do a lot with like foundations and structures and money, and like really getting down to like the basic foundations of things. And I feel that strongly in terms of like really wanting to put attention on those things and not dodge them or avoid them. Like I'm really looking at my finances, I'm looking at my numbers, and I am just not burying my head in the sand about that kind of stuff. And I think that also translates into like how I've approached my YouTube channel. I enjoy making videos. It's something I still want to do, but I also like, it's not at the top of my priority list. And so when I have days like this where I have time and I want to make a video, I'm going to make a video, but I'm not going to be super scheduled and regimented about it. And if it takes away from other things I'm doing that are making me money or are building my photography business, then like it's going to fall after those things. But it's definitely part of what I enjoy doing right now. It's not getting cut from from the list in terms of how I want to be spending my time. Yeah, I think I covered a lot in this video. I hope that kind of makes sense in terms of where I'm at with this channel and where I am, yeah, kind of in my life right now. Things feel pretty full. I'm figuring out my sleep routine, my workout routine, how I'm taking care of myself at the moment. That is being worked on as well, kind of behind the scenes. If you've stuck around this long, I'm so glad. I don't know how long this video is going to end up being, but I appreciate you being here. Have any questions? Feel free to leave any questions or comments. I love to engage with people in the chat box. The next video I will be making this weekend on the April review with my passion planner. So I'm looking forward to making that. All right. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.